continuing from the rose bush at the front of the yard. So my small arborvitae that I planted, it was supposed to be a round ball. I was driving up one morning and realized why isn't that not round? And I realized like half the plant was broken off. I don't know what happened. So I kind of tied it up so it's looking like a ball, but there is like that dead spot on it. So I'm gonna chop that off. But also I have added 2 more down the sides of the step. That's one. And that's the other one on the other side. So they're down the steps, going to the front. And then I have the hanging basket. It's coming on quite nicely. Just to give you a look of what it looks like in the front. Hear my favorite bird singing. Oh, that's always a joy. These 2 plants in the red pots, I'll be planting them right at the top of the steps. So they'll go in the ground somewhere over there. So they'll be flanking the steps. And then behind in that bed, we have some hostas, nothing much. A couple pots on the front steps. And those 2 round mounds up there will be going along the steps down the front as well. And this is the front azalea bushes. They're about to get trimmed. So we're heading back to the back gardens. And this is the view coming from the front, heading down the side yard, seeing the underplanted tree and that bed right by the fence at Elaine's Avenue on the inside. So we're going towards the backyard, and this is a panoramic view on Elaine Avenue. Onto the backyard we go. So the terrace is looking quite nice. Have a couple umbrellas up because man, there's a lot of sun in this yard and I'm trying to get some shade. These pots are looking quite nice. That's my lettuce. I guess I'm not eating it enough. It has become not a lettuce plant, but a lettuce tree. The phlox, I chopped it the other day. It's giving me another flush of blooms. Foxtail fern. The lily bed. So now the lilies are blooming. So this is the lily bed from the terrace. I love the curls on those flowers, on those petals. I've also moved the 2 urns that were right at the front of the lily bed and put them on the steps. That's those 2 right there. And I planted them differently. This one has a more yellow theme, while this has a more pinkish reddish theme. And the pollinator seems to love this one, which I don't blame them. I would have too. And then that's the smaller lily bed. This is the large one. other side of the terrace, we do have another pot, and this one is doing quite nicely with the cordyline. You can hardly see it. And this potato vine, I like that dark contrast with the Dusty Miller. The sun is scorching this heuchera. I might have to take it out of the pot and put it in the ground in a shade somewhere. The geranium is going crazy. This thing blooms like I don't know what. I love it. The only thing is you gotta deadhead it, like, you know, a lot. But it's awesome. That's a beautiful plant. Put some creeping Jenny in the urn. This Dusty Miller don't seems to grow a lot, but it's still growing. And then I changed, these are the two pots. I took the heucheras and put them on Elaine Avenue. So my my whipcord, I placed them in this spot because they have a tendency to cascade like you see them do, my little two dreadlock plant. And I think they would present better in these spots. So that's what it looked like. That's the whipcord. And that's the other one. This is a plant I got on clearance. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. It blooms purple. And it's a full sun plant, which I need because that's all that's in my yard. So I'll figure out somewhere to put it in the garden. And that is my beautiful blue hydrangea. Look at those blooms. They are awesome. And that's natural color. I did nothing more than give it a little feeding and water it. So it has that variation in the blooms. I guess some are new, some are old, some are in between. And I get that on that plant. Got some sweet peas. I like them. They seem to just come up. I don't have to do anything. And they bloom pink. So that's the sweet peas. They're in there. I guess the seed pods, just drop them. And then, you know, they just come up somewhere over there. I just let them. I like it. And I let them climb on the mock orange and do their own little thing. So that's the side bed. I have taken the hellebore from the pot and put it on the ground. So hopefully it will do better there. It's in the pot and it just kept that small. There's one in the back garden, and that one is really growing humongous. So it's in the ground. Let's see what it does. The milkweed is doing awesome. There's a couple. I had a great show last week on one of the ones in the backyard. And that's the rose. I had hacked it back. I see new blooms coming on it, so that's a good sign. I had done a cutting of the Artemisia. Hopefully it grows. I love that plant, and I would love for it to fill out in this area. And this is one of the arborvitae along the edge, and I found one of the hydrangea, the small one, and I put it in this pot. So I'm gonna plant it just in this area, right in this area. So as soon as I get some time, I'll take it out of the pot and put it in the ground. I just wanted to get more established. And then that's a heuchera that I dug up from the back, divided it, and put it there. The rabbits are just chewing the leaves off, leaving the stalks. I tell you, I'm really going through it with these rabbits. So that's on the side bed, and that's the workout bench. So we're just going along the side, giving you some updates. Arborvitaes are looking good. My hole is filling in. So I'm just letting it grow and be all gnarly, and then I'll give it a good trim and fill in. I don't know, they're just in some big open spots. So I don't have a nice smooth plant when I shave it into the topiary. I might do like an oval this time. It's been round, so I'm letting it kind of grow and train it into an oval. And then it can kind of be on a little height too, because these are gonna get taller. So they're growing nicely. The bunnies are also chewing on those dianthus down there, my little shoe. And I gotten some daylilies, and these are the purple deora daylilies. That's what they should look like. I got these on sale, so I got them for half price, so I stuck them here. I had 2 of them, so I think that would kind of do a little color. That's salvia on the back. I'm gonna give it a Chelsea chop. I'm gonna move it, so it might go in the extended lily bed. So as soon as these are finished flowering, I'm gonna move them. That's those in the back. That's another butterfly bush. It's finished blooming, so it has the seed pods. And then that's a blanket flower over there. That's just beautiful, and I love that it loves the sun. So that's also something good for the extended bed in front of the lily bed. And that's an allium getting ready to give us a good show. And that's the coreopsis on the back. That's always a plant I love. I just love it. These are the arborvitaes on the side. It does look nice with the plants in the back, but you know, these are gonna grow. That's the mock orange with some hosta at the base. I may or may not move that, I don't know as yet. So that's what this side bed looks like, looking up to the house. And my fire pit. So I'm gonna try to burn this out. I would love to put a picnic table right here, or maybe a gazebo or something. And then this is another milkweed, butterfly bush. And it's finishing up. It had a lot of flowers on it not too long ago. Didn't really see any caterpillar on this one. There was one caterpillar on the plant in the back, but I really didn't see any on this one. I don't know what happened this year. Or you know what, maybe because I was burning that tree. So by the shed, there's another volunteer milkweed. See any butterfly either, any caterpillar, anything. And it seems like the rabbits, something is biting the tops off them. There's another coreopsis, and I had Chelsea chopped the salvia. So I painted the shed, and I had that metal, It's a candle holder, but you know, in Elaine's garden, stuff are not gonna be used the way they're originally made for. So it's a plant stand. I put some Vinca Major, and I think that's the golden sedum in the middle, and then the one on the end has some creeping Jenny. So we'll see how those go. I just did it maybe last week or so, so maybe they catch on. I don't know. It's very hot out here too, so that's another thing. And I will be doing a little adjustment to the front just to make it look real nice. So that's another little project I have coming up, and I'll show you as I go along. I have cut some off the Artemisia. I placed them in this pot right here. I'll see if they grow. And that's another salvia that I dug up from the yard. Struggling, maybe because it does not get a lot of sun. It's underneath, you know, that tree I limbed up. And this is a new kid on the block. It's a rose, and it's the Pope John Paul II. I got it at Lowe's. It was on sale. It's a little tattered, but it smells wonderful. There was one bloom on there, and I'm about to get something there. So I am pretty excited. It is nice. I just fed it, trimmed it up. I have it in a spot, so let's see what it does. Keep you posted. And that's my tree that I shaped up, pruned it up in tree form, and it's doing quite nice. I'll give it a little chop on the bottom again to expose some of that trunk. And then the sedum and the Paris. I'm yet to put these plants in a real pot. And then from the side garden, I had dug up the lilac, and I had another cutting off the Artemisia. This one seems to be coming along. Seems to have caught on. Awesome. And that's my, sorry, excuse off a greenhouse back there. It's more like a storehouse. My composting pile. And that is the monster Artemisia. I love it. I chopped the limbs that were the branches that were, you know, touching the ground to give it a more cleaner look. And then that's the rose. I don't know if that's rust, so I'm gonna come back in and treat that again. I forgot what this plant is, but it's doing quite nicely. Last year I only got like one of these. Now this year I think I have about 3 or 4, so it is doing awesome. And it's a jungle back here. So I'm gonna have to get this trimmed. So I guess that's gonna be on me, because those bamboos on the other side, they're just leaning over like this one. And I really don't want that back there. And I done some improvements, or I made a little path going back there with some mulch and a few stepping stones. That's a Nandina. And I have 2 volunteer Rose of Sharon, because they're on the back right there. They're up in the fence. So I got one that I put that broken pot over. And then there's another one underneath the bottle bouquet. So I'm just working leisurely back here in this garden, making spaces for me to walk and get to the plants or do a little weeding. A lot of weed comes up in this back garden, so that's why I put the cardboard down to kind of keep some of it down. I'll just put mulch and a few stepping stones, kind of just make it pretty. That's another hydrangea back there. suffering from chlorosis. I think I need to get some iron in there for it. So I'll do some trimming back there. And then this is my plant that I ripped out of the centerpiece some time ago. I put it in this urn and it seems to be fleshing out quite nicely. Creeping Jenny and that yellow sedum in there. And that's a rose that's been struggling, it's hanging on, it's trying to do something. So I'll let it be, I'll see what it does. Some candy tuft and hostas. So this is the back garden down where that easement is. Just trying to make the most of it, improve it as I go along. I'm not in any real hurry, but I still want it to look nice. The lady on the lamb. I did add another heuchera. It was like in the middle of the walkway, right there where I put the cardboard, so I took it out so I could just have a straight shot up to the back so I could get some weeding done. So I moved it and I put it by the lady and the lamb. So it's right there. I guess I might just need to balance it with another hosta over on that side in between those two heucheras, and then put another hosta down the back there. Got a lot of hosta, so should be able to do that. And that's a Veronica. Don't know why it's struggling, but it is. Ooh, got a little bee. The plant I saw that you'll see him now, the caterpillar, but I don't know where it went. There was one single one on this plant. Hopefully the birds didn't eat them. Oh, and then I had gotten this on sale, so I put it in a pot. It's not in direct sun, but it does get some sun, and I underplanted it with a heuchera that I dug up, Creeping Jenny, and there's something else in the bottom, but I got this like for half price at Lowe's. So I'll figure out where it's going, but it's a beautiful plant. I put it in a pot and it's sitting here. So I'll figure out where I want to put it, but I wanted to recover first. I've fed it, trimmed it up, and got it, some good potting soil. And so let's see what it does. I'll keep you posted. And if you have any suggestion, you have seen this garden by now. You could tell me, where would be a good place to put it. I mean, my yard is just sunny. This is my rose. I have deadheaded it. It gave a really good show. And I might move this hosta right here, trying to make a path so I could go back there and get weeding done. But sometimes you have to make these things practical. When you're getting stuck from the rows, so I have to figure out a way how I can get in there, get some weeding done. This is the other hellebore, and this one seems to do better than the other one. Also gonna do a little path over there as well. I got the red salvia. I like it so much I didn't even whack it back like I did the Chelsea chop on the purple one. And then there's another dianthus over there. It bloomed white. Don't think I had white, but for some reason this one came white. So this is the back garden by the crepe myrtle. Always does well. Always messy when it drops its bloom. And that's that arborvitae in the pot again. So just a shot from this angle. Does look wonderful with the bottle bouquet. And that's the tree that I have the climbing rose going up and a few pots. I was thinking of putting a few more pots around it, so I'll play with the idea, because another plan is to put the pots in the actual bed and, you know, kind of create something. So I don't know, I'll see how it looks, how the pots around the tree look, and then maybe put a few more pots, maybe put them over there and just let the rose climb the tree. I'm gonna do another pathway here, but I have this tiny little hooker trying to come, so I might move it or I might not, because it was really struggling and now I see new growth on it. So I really don't want to mess with it if it's gonna kill that plant. I like the foliages on there. This is more hosta, and that's my peony. I didn't get a bloom this year, but I think maybe next year I might. My little welcome cat. And I might dig this one up. I have a lot of these volunteers in my yard, so I might just put them in a pot and topiary them. Got a tixie back there, the yellow. More hosta. I whacked off half this sedum. I might chop the other half off because it's so tall, then it's flopping over. No, we don't do flop overs. And I had Chelsea chopped the salvia, so it's flushing out nicely down there. And that's the autumn sage, that red one. It's beautiful. And I'll go over there and trim those bamboos, because as I say, it's a jungle over there. So I'm getting all these weeds, so I'll get somebody go over there and chop it, and then, you know, get the weeds right off the back, so I have a better presentation with the garden. So that's the back garden. Coming up on hosta's hedge. It's just more hosta. Santa, the dianthus. I think I might raise this container, kind of let it look like it's a raised mound, and put one of those volunteer trees. Here's another one volunteering again. And this is one of the heuchera that I divided. That's a coreopsis bloom, and that yellow one. And on this dianthus, I don't know if when they're at a certain stage they're white or whatever. There's white, there's pink, I don't know. It's just beautiful, that's fine. So I'll get in there and tidy up that mess and figure out what I'm gonna do with this container. Move that chair. That's firewood in that bin. And my supply of cardboard that my husband provides me with. So this is hosta's hedge, and that is the other hydrangea. I gave it a bit of water this morning. It loves water, and then it's in the full sun, so we blame it. I had chopped that salvia back too, so there's that space between the hostas. That's the salvia that I Chelsea chopped. That's it peeking out back there, because they're all flopping over. So this is the bed at the RV on Hosta's Edge. And tomorrow is gonna be July 4th, so I'm gonna roll the awning out. We're gonna do a little grilling, maybe here or by the terrace or the patio. Just relax, you know, just have a good day, you know, just a relaxing day. I go to work tonight, so I don't know if I have any. was a little bird in my baby in one of the plants, but I looked this morning and it's gone, so I think he has gotten his feathers and left with mama. And this is that tree. So I'm thinking of getting this all the same pots together. I got some soil. So I'm also adding soil to the roots of the ones in the back garden, because some of them you look and they're way above the ground. So I'm just adding some soil to it. That's the rose. Look, a gnarly mess, and I'm gonna go out there and trim off those branches too, the dead ones. This is that back sitting area in the backyard. I can't wait for that rose to bloom, that Pope. I call it the Pope rose. It's white, it's beautiful. And I painted the shed. I need to go up there and get that piece of rope. So we're gonna go over to the centerpiece in a little bit, but this is the plant that the bird was in, but it's now gone. See? I just hope it wasn't another bigger bird that went in and got it, but they're gone. And that's what that pot looks like. This one is struggling. I mean, they're in full sun. You want to know about full sun? These plants can tell you. This is Topiary concourse. They're doing nice. Still need to come in and give them a little trim. My pride and joy. My Japanese maple. Doing lovely. I love it. I can't wait for this thing to really grow big. And this is the extended lily bed. Let me move out a little bit. Then over to the side we have that butterfly bush, the yarrow. Yarrows are coming on quite nicely, and that's a bee balm over there, that red one. And underneath the euonymus, I planted some black-eyed Susan. They're small, but I'm hoping for whenever they get established, for a nice sea of yellow, like you're coming up that driveway. That's the butterfly bush. Then this is my geranium, and my foxglove has gone to seed. Just a few additions. That's the phlox from the terrace. I divided. There's one on this side, and then there's one on the other side over there. Put a pot of Coreopsis in the middle. There's still that trunk underneath there, so I'm rethinking that area. I might put maybe a statue or something in the middle, because I really can't plant anything on there. And the Artemisia and some. I put one of the Dianthus back here, and there's some new additions. So that's the front of the lily bed. Then I added a little bird bath so the birds can swim. Because it's hot. It was fun just watching a little bird just all fluttering in the water and drinking water. I do have some pollinators. I have all kind of little bumblebees. There's some on the salvia. I don't know if you can see them. They're just hopping around. Just constant. Well, these are baked in the sun. Well, that's the lily bed. So right in front of that step at the end of the walkway was where the two urns were, and those are the ones I moved right there to the edge of the step. So it looks a little bit more refined. And this is the smaller lily bed with the hydrangea in the front. I think the hydrangea make it looks a little bit more structured, and that white is popping off those oranges. So my little angel is guarding over those plants, and that's a look on the terrace. So we're gonna go see the centerpiece. The trumpet vine is really aggressive. It's even on the other side because the rose is the next contender, but my clematis, the rabbits will not give it the time of day. They have chewed on this thing, the poor thing. It stalks, look at that. Like, you know, it cannot get anywhere. So I saw another one that was on sale and I got it. So I'm gonna put it just right behind this. And I think I might use some chicken wire to wire the bottom of this arm of the trellis and see if it will give it a chance to get up the trellis. But this is a trumpet vine from the other side over on this side. So what I do, I just weave it because I wanted to create like a canopy, create a little shade. There's so much sun in this yard. I have put some iris along the edge. Kind of still making up my mind what I want to do. And this is a salvia I found in the yard and I put it here. I might mimic the same thing on the other side, but I'm playing with what I'm really gonna do with the edge because it just looks so plain. The urn is looking quite lovely. That's the urn. It really looks nice. And then I'm getting some more blooms on the rose. So it's doing nicely. I need to come out and weave the branches some more through the trellis. But it's doing quite nicely. It doesn't give a lot. When it did the first flush, that was awesome. But the second one is just one or two here or there, but you know what? It is still beautiful. And of course we have these, I don't know if you can see that red and black bug. So I'll give this a little iron as well. roses, but it like they always have the black spots. It's always something. Like I don't just get beautiful blooms and that's it. You got a half dead plant. It's always something. So I'm just panning on the side garden, the shed, the back. Just gave you a 360. And I hope you enjoy this today. I was just watering the plants and think, you know, it would be beautiful for you to see what I'm seeing, hear what I'm hearing. So I just want to thank you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for your support all the time. You motivate me, you know, the enthusiasm. Like, just thank you so much. And hope to see you in the next video. So I'll leave you with these beautiful blooms today. And you have a wonderful day and happy holidays.